Hey guys, so since my last video, I got a lot of different responses from people. I really seriously appreciate you guys, for real, for real. You guys are the best. I've had a streak of boldness before where I've reached out to people. Most recently, I had an incident where I reached out and I didn't talk to the right person. And so there were consequences that came along with that. So I just wanted to encourage everyone as you're starting this journey with me that you really are waiting for God and listening to his guidance in choosing the people that you confide in. Because if you don't, it will become apparent. Sometimes it's really quick. Sometimes it takes a while. In my case, it was immediate, next day. Mayday, mayday. But I learned. And when things like that happen, it would be easy for you to blame the other people involved. But I had to take ownership of the part that I played in entrusting the wrong person with things that they couldn't handle. So wisdom is so important, which is why I'm doing this video, because a lot of you have said that you're gonna join in with me in finding these friends, right? And getting real about relationships. So in my prayers, I've been asking God to lead me in it and give me peace about these relationships. And God has also given me reminders about certain things, like boundaries that you have to set with every relationship. There is no relationship aside from our relationship with God that does not have boundaries, because I'm terrible with boundaries. I'm either hot or cold. It's either come into my bosom, or nope, you're good over there. I'm really not good at the degrees of separation. Is that what that movie is about? I don't know, I've never seen it. So today I'm gonna share with you guys eight topics that should be off limits when you're outside of your marriage. I gotta be honest with you guys, because I try not to be a hypocrite. So after I get done with this, then let's get through this first and then I can unburden on you. Okay, here we go.
I will trust your love. I will trust your words. I will trust your wisdom. I will put you first.
Number one, money issues. You may be broke. You ain't gotta share that with everybody, fam. Because not only are you sharing your business, but you're also sharing your spouse's business. I'm pretty sure your husband doesn't want to advertise to everybody that you're having issues. For a man, it makes them feel like it's on them. Now, we can talk about the female side. Yes, you should feel like it's on you. And if you're so embarrassed, then you should fix it. Do something about it, bro. Since you shamed, but it is what it is. Now that we've proven that we are both here, we can all agree, yes. However, we don't need to be sharing that stuff with everybody, because you share that stuff with the wrong person and you have no control over who all gets it. Number two, don't share your husband's insecurities or his past traumas with people outside of your marriage. That's just not cool. You don't really know who you're talking to or really who they're being used by. Stuff can be really hurtful when you find out later that your spouse has shared this stuff. You're telling people because you care and you're trying to let them know about your husband. Maybe you're proud of him for everything that he's gone through. Maybe you're trying to help people understand your husband better, or you may just flat out be gossiping about your spouse. But these are things that you don't share, especially if they're not sharing them. Number three, infidelities. It ain't something that you just want to share randomly with your circle of friends for any reason. I'm just going to take a time out and just say this real quick. Your testimony may be somebody else's gossip. So be careful the things that you share, because sometimes we can be so quick to share things happening in our life and we think that we're presenting it like a testimony, but it's not that, because God isn't even done with it yet. He's not even done talking before you start trying to share what he's saying to you. That is the worst game of telephone ever. Let God finish. Let everything have its perfect work so that then it can be presented in the way that God wants it to be. Otherwise, his entire word will be mixed, mingled, turned into gossip, and that'll be the end of it. There's no power in gossip, only in God's testimonies. Okay, Now I'm back. Y'all, what number was I on? Oh yeah, 4. 4 is your sex life. For all intents purposes, trust game week. Don't share that stuff with people. It can be pretty embarrassing if your spouse isn't open. That's the worst thing that you could share with your female friends. Whether your sex life is great or it sucks. Because somebody is thirsty enough, okay? Especially to single people. That's stupid. You know, during pillow talk, your husband might have a couple of things to say about one of your friends, some critiques, might have some concerns. What you don't do is share those things with your friend. The moment that you share with your friends the thoughts that your husband had about them is the moment that you pick sides. Because at some point you decide to protect one side, and the side that you protect is usually the one that you have pledged your allegiance to. Number 6 is kind of a blanket statement. Don't have conversations with your friends and share things that you haven't decided to share yet with your husband. It's just not fair. You can also develop a certain intimacy and closeness with a friend that you don't have with your spouse. That's especially dangerous if it's a male friend. And that goes for any decisions that you have, any opinions that you have, feelings and emotions that you have towards something. If it's something that they did that you don't enjoy, anything. Don't share it with other people if you didn't think that it was important to talk to your spouse about. Number 7, and this one is hard. Issues with your in-laws. It's not really fair to talk about your husband's family to people, especially since your opinion is kind of biased. So just, don't do it. Okay, that brings us to number 8. Now, granted, there are probably more topics that aren't a great idea to talk about outside of your marriage. You guys can feel free to comment down below if you have other topics, but here it is. Number 8, do not share text messages, private conversations, or pictures with friends. I don't think I should have to say don't share explicit pictures with your friends. But text messages, okay, this is confession time. My line would be like, don't give me the line. Hold on, and I'll like scroll through my phone to find the conversation because I don't want to misquote. But usually it's because I don't want to give more credit than is necessary, or I want to make sure that I get the words perfectly right so that you can have the same response that I had when I read the message. Has anybody been guilty of screenshotting a conversation and sending it? I ain't done that yet. That kind of made me feel better. I hope some of y'all did, so I'm not the worst of the worst. But yeah, these are private conversations that your husband sent to you. So don't be sharing them, you feel me? Like, you'd be mad if he did that to you. Now, if it's something cutesy, I'm not talking about when it's a cutesy or funny conversation and you screenshot it and then you post it on your social media. I'm talking about stuff that you know your husband wouldn't want you sharing with the world. Okay, that's it. That is the end of my list now. Just a small confession. This isn't big, y'all. Don't be expecting something juicy, okay? I have been guilty of sharing, let's just go with half. Let's be conservative about it. At least half of these things with people that God didn't send to me. I did not use godly wisdom in sharing. And because of that, I was really, really hurt by it. And I won't say that it's gonna be a while before I allow myself to be in that position again, but I am gonna be wiser. I am grateful for the way that things turned out because it was a fast track lesson in listening to the voice of God. Sometimes his lessons will take a while to complete, and the problems don't manifest themselves until years later. So I guess I'm grateful that that thing came back and bit me almost immediately. But it doesn't change the fact that it definitely hurts. So I wanted to especially share this stuff with you guys because I think it's so important. And since we are all on this journey together to have meaningful and fulfilling relationships with women of God, I think it's important that we are cautious. Don't be so, not desperate for friends, but don't be so anxious. I dropped my pen. The most beautiful friendships develop over time. I got time. You feel me? I got time. Golly, that was the longest yawn ever. Ooh, you know the yawns where your eyes water afterneath? Afterneath. Is that a word? Afterwards. Are they watery, y'all? Can y'all see it? Yeah, they look extra wet. Seriously, I'm wrapping up now. Wrapping it up. Thank you guys for watching. I want to do the prayer hands like fake humble people be doing. They're like, I don't even know how to do it right. Is it like do they? I don't know. No, it's more relaxed. Like it's whatever. Like, or they? Did you take karate? No. Are you Buddhist? No. When did we start doing this? I actually think my husband does that sometimes. Like every time he does it, I give the side eye like, oh. But anyway, thank you guys. See how I do that? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure if you haven't already done it, go ahead and like this video and subscribe and hit that bell. And that's it. Okay. Snip, snip. Cut it out.